Have you ever had a great business idea or spotted a problem that you think that you can solve? Or deep down, you just know that you're meant to be a business owner, but you found yourself asking, where do I even start? If so, you're not alone and you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button because every single Monday I'm releasing a new video as part of my brand new series, Where Do I Start? Where I walk you through how to start a business from scratch. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Amy, the founder of The Female Founder, and we are a community of women in business who want to come together and learn and connect with other founders who are in the same boat as them. We host monthly supper clubs and workshops, offer mentoring, and have a really cool line of merch. Let's get into part 3 of Where Do I Start? What does success look like to you? Let's start with your long-term vision. Here's something really interesting that comes from the world of investing. So bear with me with the financial jargon for a second because it really does relate to building a business. When someone invests into stocks and shares, they're told to have an exit strategy before they even put a penny into their investment. Planning how to end something before it even begins sounds odd at first, but the more that you think about it, the more it makes sense. It's a bit like a prenup in a marriage. No one wants to think about the worst case scenario when you're full of hope and dreams and excitement, but having a plan in place whilst you're clear-headed and thinking really positively actually protects your future more than you think. In the world of investment, there's a common strategy, and that is to split your investment up into pots, each of them with different time frames. One short term, one medium term, and one long term. Each of those different timelines all have different goals, and the absolute golden rule is to stick to that plan. If there's a long-term investment meant for your retirement, and your plan is to not touch that for 20 years, then that means that you should not touch that for 20 years. Even if the market changes, if it seems like it's crashing or it's dipping, your plan is to hold. And that's where most people panic and they pull out early, which means that they lock in their losses. Meanwhile, seasoned investors, they stay on the course, and they're the ones who are going to benefit from the eventual upswing. Now, let's apply that thinking to business. When starting out, it's just as important to think long term. Not because you're planning on failing, it's because you're setting yourself up to navigate what's going to come your way, whether that's successes or setbacks, or just simply a change in direction. It's really wise to create different business plans based on different scenarios. A plan B when things feel like they're off track. A plan C when outside help is actually needed. A plan for when it's time to pause or pivot. And a plan when it's time to sell, exit, or retire. And even a plan for when things go really well. Just like a prenup where there might be clauses to receive counselling or communication before a split, a business should also have these agreements in place, whether it's just with you or with your team, for how to respond when challenges arise. That way, tough decisions aren't made in a moment of panic or burnout. They're actually pre-planned when you're already feeling positive. So what is the bigger picture? What is the long-term vision of your business? And this is not the same as what we've done previously, the mission or purpose statement. This is about you as a founder and what you envisage for your life. Is it to earn a full-time income? To build something that could be sold one day? To open multiple locations or franchises? Or build a legacy for your family? Or simply just to work on your own terms and have that freedom? There's no right or wrong answer. It's only your answer. And what matters here is real clarity over what that looks like for you. So scribble, draw, mind map, brainstorm, however you want to discover what that long-term vision looks like for you. All I ask is that you dream big and then bring it all together into something really clear. Think of it as a bit of a decision tree. If this happens, then this happens. If this happens, then this happens. As we're wrapping up the first 3 parts of Where Do I Start, where we focused on you, your mission, your purpose, and your long-term idea of success, I want to touch on one incredibly important thing, and that's community. It's something that I'm incredibly passionate about, and I really do believe that it is the best tool that you can have for your business. Being a female founder can feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Whilst entrepreneurship can come with freedom and excitement, it also does have the negative side of isolation. Day to day, you might have no one to bounce any ideas off or help you with the mental load. And you may have no one that fully understands the roller coaster of emotions that it comes with and decision fatigue. Even if you've hired staff or you work with freelancers or you've outsourced parts of your business to different teams, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've built a support network. They might not share that level of commitment that you have or have the same pressure that you're under. So what do you do when you're in charge, but you're also in it alone? If you are lucky enough to have a support system like your friends and your family that really understand, then absolutely lean into that. But for many founders, that just isn't the case. You might feel like you're constantly having to justify your business to those around you. Why you're working so many hours, why you can't go to birthdays and celebrations, why you're not even turning a profit yet, and then why are you continuing pushing yourself when from the outside it doesn't look like it's working. Sometimes there's doubt, there's judgment, and sometimes even a subtle amount of jealousy. You might find yourself avoiding conversations about your business just to keep the peace. And this doesn't mean that you're ungrateful for the people that are around you. It just means that you need a different kind of support. And this is where intentional networking becomes so valuable, not just to grow your business, but also for your sanity. Finding like-minded founders who have been where you are is honestly a game changer. Whether it's joining local business groups, online networking, or industry community events, finding the people that understand what you're going through is so powerful. These are the people who won't look at you really confused when you're talking about cash flow or growth. They'll nod, they'll offer advice, and most importantly, they'll make you feel like you're not alone. Your network can also open doors that you never even knew existed. The old phrase of "it's not what you know, it's who you know" really rings true here. So let's talk about mentors. A really great mentor helps you sense check your decisions, they talk you through your challenges, and they help you stay grounded in your goals. They've often been where you are or somewhere similar, and they can offer wisdom and guidance and also saves you from making the same mistakes that they made. Mentorship sometimes isn't just about business growth. It's about feeling like you're being held and you're seen by someone who really understands what you're going through. Many successful women really do want to give back, especially when they see potential in someone. But we can't talk about building a community if we don't talk about boundaries. Equally important as finding the right support is also protecting your energy, and that is where boundaries come in. With work, set limits so you don't burn out. You can't always expect yourself to be on 24/7. With employees or contractors, just because you're passionate doesn't mean you have to take on everyone else's problem. It's really important to set clarity around the expectations within your team. And with your friends and family, it's absolutely okay for you to say, "I really don't want to talk about work right now," or "I need some time and space to focus." You don't owe everyone constant explanations or validation. And with yourself, stop the guilt. Rest is not laziness. Boundaries also mean giving yourself the opportunity to slow down when needed. So I've got a little exercise for you to do. As a founder, you are the most valuable asset in your business. Boundaries aren't about being really rigid. They're just about protecting your energy and your time and your ability to not burn out. This exercise is going to help you set those limits and then communicate them really clearly. So step one, start by reflecting on different areas of your life where things feel like they're getting a little bit too much. Are you feeling really overwhelmed or frustrated or really taken for granted? Use these headers in your table to help fill this out. Step two is moving on to discovering what would make these areas feel lighter or more manageable. Again, here's some examples. And step three is turning these into really clear boundary statements. So then you're able to hold yourself accountable to them, but then also communicate them outwards. Some examples of clear boundaries are: I stop work at 6 p.m. to protect my rest and my creativity. Client emails will be answered within 48 hours. and I will not answer any emails at the weekend. Or a friend is constantly doubting my ability to start this business, so I'm going to choose to stop sharing as much information with them. Write down 3 to 5 boundaries that are currently relevant to your life right now. And let's move on to the final part. What does success look like to you? As a female founder, it's really easy to chase someone else's definition of success. How many followers I have, how much money they're making, how much attention they're getting from investors. But success is incredibly personal. And when you're constantly battling imposter syndrome or you're doubting yourself, it's even more important to define what that success looks like and make that really visible and clear for you. So step 1 is about rewiring the narrative. Before you define your success, you need to reflect on the narratives that might be influencing you. What messages have you absorbed about what it means to be successful? Is it success equals money in the bank? Or success equals constant growth? Or success equals being busy all the time? So once you've done that, we need to move on to step 2, and that's defining your own success. Think across different areas in your life. What does success look like in these different areas? And again, here's a table as an example. And step 3 is about making all of that measurable. Turn those definitions into trackable indicators, things that you can check monthly or quarterly. And then step 4 is about creating your I am successful when list. So write 3 to 5 present tense statements that you can go back to as a reality check when you're feeling imposter syndrome creep in. Some examples are, I am successful when I'm working in alignment with my values. Or I am successful when I make time for joy and relationships and rest. Or I am successful when I trust myself and I don't let other people's doubt creep in. And step 5 is a regular check-in. Every month, revisit this blueprint that you've just created and ask yourself, do these statements still resonate with me? Do they need adjusting? Or what am I really successful at, but I'm just not giving myself enough credit? Success is never about being at the finish line. It's really a feeling that you have within. And when you define it really clearly and you track it intentionally and you reflect on it often, you start to own your own success. So by now you should have a really clear picture of what you want from your business in the future. Also how to utilize your support network so it becomes your biggest asset. And you've defined what success looks like to you and you only. In next week's episode, we're going to be focusing on what problem your business is solving and who are you solving that for. If you've got value from today's episode, then please hit that subscribe button so you're first in line for next Monday's drop. Also, be a good friend. If you know someone that's been sitting on an incredible business idea, but they just need an extra little push to get started, then send them right to me. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Take a break, grab a coffee, let all of this marinate, and I'll see you right back here next Monday. Until next time, founders, bye!